How's it going? I'm heading out in a couple hours to do a gig, and on this gig I'm playing keyboards with left-hand bass. And I haven't done any left-hand bass in, I'd say a couple of months, so I'm a little bit out of practice, and I wanted to take a few minutes to warm up before I head out the door. So that's what I'm doing now, and I figured I'd make a quick video while I'm there. Now, left-hand bass isn't necessarily something I'm a huge fan of doing, because I like to have both my hands free to concentrate on what I'm doing with the keyboard, with the piano. And obviously I have more options of what I can do if I got both hands free to do piano stuff. But if you're like me and you gig with a bunch of different people and people call you for last minute gigs, and it's just a handy skill to have, so it's something I've been developing for a while. And one of the reasons people like having me on left-hand bass is I do my best to articulate the notes the way a real bass player would. I really think about the placement of every note. Now, the band I'm playing with today does like a lot of classic rock, 60s and 70s stuff, and a little bit of blues songs. So it's a relatively simple style. You get to just think about the placement of the notes, and there's two basic styles to be aware of, and those are the straight styles and the shuffle styles. So for a straight style, a real common pattern is just dotted quarter notes and eighth notes. It sounds like this. Now I'm just making up a tune, that isn't anything. But what I'm paying attention to is exactly how long the notes are, because bass players, they mute the string with one finger before they play the next note. So you notice that each note is cutting off, and I'm making the short notes pretty short, rather than... That doesn't sound realistic. This is more like what a real bass player would be doing. And another thing in the straight style that you'll hear a lot is straight eighth notes. And that's one way to do it. You can do, bass players do a couple of different styles depending on the intensity, so they might do short notes or they might do longer notes. And one that you'll hear a lot, and I don't hear keyboard players do it too much, but I think it really adds to the effect, is short, long, accented every other note. So you accent the second eighth note. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm trying to stay in the range of a bass. I don't particularly care for going too much lower than an actual bass would go. The other style that's important to be able to do if you're a regular left-hand bass player is a shuffle, which is commonly used in blues songs and blues-inspired songs. And there's two basic patterns for that, and that's the long notes. So is the actual shuffled eighth, like this. another thing I can't really demonstrate here, but it's important. Listen to that bass drum. Listen to the drummer and make sure you're locking right in with that. You do that, any band who's missing a bass player or needs you to fill in the last minute, they're going to love you, because again, there's no drummer here, so I can't stress it enough. Listen to that bass drum, learn to anticipate exactly where that kick is going to fall, and hit that note right alongside it. Almost to the point of paying less attention to what you're doing with the right hand, because that's just gravy. That's sweetness to be added on top of whatever you're doing. But as long as that bass is solid with whoever you're playing with, it's an indispensable skill to have. So it's about time for me to head out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.